Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake, and welcome to Space Engineers. What I've done between last episode and this one is I've mimicked the entire build of the medic station over to here, so now we have two. And that means double the fun, which means twice as many cryopods, twice as many medical stations. All good things. And in both of them I've also added a cargo container, which does two things. One, I can throw stuff from my inventory into there and it'll auto sort back to where it should be. And second, I can then use it to access things that I need, such as steel plate, because that's always going to be needed. I'll take it from this nano factory, which I still have to get rid of. But yeah. So that means that a majority, well, nearly all of habitation is done. I think we're still pressurizing, aren't we? Or have we finished? Yeah, we've finished pressurizing. I did have to go out and get some ice, quite a bit of ice actually. I nearly died because of it, but you expect nothing less from that. So today we're going to be working on the most exciting thing in the history of history, which is teleporters. Yeah, we're going to build a teleporter room. No. Quick question, is it actually installed? Might be a good idea. Pad. Yes, it is. Okay. Transporter. That's what it's called, not a teleporter. Tomato, tomato, anyway. So, we've got these single teleport pads, which I will flip to the correct way. You know, if I can. That should be, yeah. So this is what a single teleporter pad looks like. Basically sends one person. And then we've got this massive transportation pad, which will do a crew of 6 at a time, which is very useful. Now, the way that transporters work is complicated. However, it does now work since I am using stable instead of dev, because it wasn't working in stable. Now, I don't know what the hell this room is going to look like when I'm finished with it. It'll probably have multiple rows and everything else like that. Yeah. But we're just going to go with it. So to begin with, I kind of want I want teleporter pads on the edge, possibly. Yeah. So if we place these like this, then you've got two modes of getting in. You've got this mode, you won't be able to see it until the nano factories actually do it. You got this way of going in, and you got this way of going in. Yeah? Which means that we need areas to the side where we can allow people to get in, which is pretty straightforward. Now, you can see that this teleporter looks amazing. It is based off of the Star Trek teleporters, which are called transporters, and I will try to remember that. So I'm just going to throw down enough along this wall. I think, yeah, we have enough space. Look, this is a miracle we have enough space. Those armor blocks are not long for this world. But basically what this means is we can have 4 per level per wall. And so we can duplicate this on the other side if we need to. So it really depends on how many people or how many ships are going to be nearby. But we'll have a central one that's to be used to teleport to the ship that's currently in the shipyard, which we'll have to calibrate every time we create a new type of ship, but I'm sure that's going to be fine. So we're going to be messing around with teleporters, so let's get this started. Right, so we want a target. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. GPS to the moon. Oh, that's useful. You beam down directly down to the moon. That is amazing. That is really, really amazing. You can go to the GPS that I've got, which is the trade port. You can go to the player. To transporter. Actually, I can't read that. That's going to be annoying. Transporter pad. Okay, well, let's do this. Hide far targets, hide this, hide planets. Okay. Okay, and then so this would count as profile 0. Okay. 22, 15, 7. Okay, so so I guess I go in. Hopefully I don't die. Ooh, particle effects. So I've set it to the far area, so you can see it lighting up over there. Then we teleport over to the fire area. Excellent. So that's how teleporters work. You can have them go to different teleporter pads, which is useful. I'll probably have teleporter pads on the bridge of all the ships that I'm building from now on, because that will be stupidly useful. Since it will automatically change where the GPS location is. You may want to stand still whilst doing it, but good. You can also do it to GPS waypoints, which we are going to use later. But for now, instead of a commercial way of doing these teleporter pads, we're going to do the privatized way, which means I want LCDs. I know that train of thought doesn't make much sense, but bear with me. Oh, we can't place LCD pads on these. God. Why? Oh, right, I don't have construction components. No. Of course I can't place it. No construction components to place it. Let me just go get some. This is why I have this here. Components, construction, variety. There we go. So, the way that these LCD pads are going to work is they're going to be placed. In fact, we want to use the 2x2. No, the 2x1. 2x2 is a quote from something else. Oh no, we can do that. Right, so we want it this way. Hopefully you will be placed the right way around. If not, we will flip the thing so that you're placed the right way around. And what we want this to say is we want this to say, for example, the bridge. Or so this would be the bridge, or the freeze, why don't you? Like the port observation deck, starboard observation deck, manufacturing area, things like that, to begin with. And we'll have two sets of teleporters, one that goes in, which will be the left side, one that goes out, which is going to be the right. So you go into these teleporters to go to the destination, and then you go out of, then you come out of these teleporters once you exit the location. I just need to make sure that everyone starts driving on the left, because that will help significantly. So I guess I can just change the text. Does that work? No? Right. Public text. Which one are you using? This would be private text I've just written to. Close that. Don't need it. We want... I really need to mess around with LCDs, so then I can actually do it properly. But... where's the... oh, it needs to be me. Right. Yes, I'd like to transfer the owner to me, please. Me as a person. Everyone read write, faction read write. Yeah, that'll save people doing stupid things to it. Show public text, edit the title. We don't need to edit the title. Right, in here we will have, if only we can adjust to the middle, but so if we type stuff in here, where will it show up? The top right, okay. So if we go here, we push it 10 tabs, it will go somewhere to over here. Well, this is going to be a bit annoying because I have not used LCDs in the way that they're supposed to be used ever, but that's going to be fine. I might in fact change that in a second. I know we're supposed to be doing teleporters, but to be honest, LCDs are not interesting whatsoever. Okay, that's in a good position. Let's change this to... we're going to set this to manufactory. Okay, right. Might be spelt wrong, I have no clue. But yeah, this is a sign that will say this teleporter is manufactory. So then we go into here. In fact, no. First, we go up here, and we need a teleporter. That teleporter is going to be thrown over to here. Okay. Yes, there. Right. We'll have our plucky shipyard doing this. In fact, I'm just going to start grinding this down because we do not need it. Oops. Yeah. Nanite Factory. You are no longer exempt, because you are no longer needed. You are not going to repair, all you are going to do is clean up. Right. And then I'm going to turn you on. You're just going to clean up all of the mess that I'm just dropping on the floor. Will you actually do that? Yeah, okay, good, you will. Don't get rid of the speed upgrades, just get rid of the upgrades that we don't need. Speed upgrade, that's fine. Okay, right. We'll leave him to pick stuff up, probably decreasing my frame rate at the same time. Okay, now, we've got this teleporter here. We are going to name this TP Factory. Okay, this is TP Factory. And then we are going to set this... no. Right, I need a naming mechanism for my teleporters. So TPD is teleporter destination, and then TPH is teleporter hub. Right, this will mean that I can actually see the damn things in here. So let's head back down. The reason why I want a teleporter in here is so that I never have to use this hole again. Even though it is a very useful thing that I added, it is no longer needed. Right, so let's access you, teleporter. You are now TPH Factory. Your profile will be transport to TPD Factory. Okay, yeah, that should be good. So now, what we should be able to do is stand in one of these circles, activate teleport, and then we'll start teleporting over to the factory. May take a bit, but that's kind of the point. There we go. Welcome to the factory. Well done. Okay, and now we set things up from here. You are going to head to TPH Factory. Okay, so now teleport. Excellent. We're not going to have an in-out system, we're just going to have a regular system like this. I'll make sure the LCDs are in a better place later, so I'm just going to take this down. Right. I should probably get rid of my inventory. Yeah, that'll be a good idea. Okay, so now we've proved that this works. One thing I want to do is I want to add it to the surveyor. However, the problem is I don't think the surveyor can actually access the... Well, the shipyard nanites can't actually access the surveyor. That's the way it's supposed to be. So we're going to have to build that one by hand. We're going to temporarily set this one up as TPD, no, TPH surveyor. Okay. And you're going to be set up to teleport to the other one as soon as I build it. So we just need to go into the TPH surveyor. This will actually save me from using the airlock a lot, even though it's quicker, but this is a proof of concept. If I quickly need to get to the station, then I'll use the teleporter. So go here, we find a middle point. Sadly, there's a 2x2, which is not the best thing in the universe. Though we could use two different ones. So we need around 500 steel plate. Oh my god, I'm going to have to weld it manually. Right, steel plate. You are still exempt. I don't know why you are still showing up first. Really annoying me. Right, so I need 500. Okay. I'll set you up here. And then we can set up another teleporter here. Which can be used as another set. So this one can be beamed down to planet, and this one can be... ooh! That's a pleasant surprise. They can actually access that. So I'm going to build a second one as well. Excellent. Okay, right, you're going to be named TPD Surveyor. Even though this is actually Prospector Mark III now. Technically it's Prospector Mark III because it's a mining ship rather than a surveying ship, but I don't care. So we just need to find TPH Surveyor. That's going to be profile 0. And then we just need to teleport when we want to. And then this one will be Surveyor. I'm just going to call it Planetfall, because you go down to the planet using it, but yeah. Anyway, we access here, and then we hit teleport, and we should teleport to the station. He says. Excellent. So, this is teleporters. That's how they work. Now, I am going to spend quite a bit of time trying to make this look fancy, and it's going to look absolutely awful anyway, because that's how things roll. Because I don't think we need that many teleporters right now. Now, the only restriction is teleporter pads can only connect to other teleporter pads of the same type. So a single one can't connect to a 6. Otherwise, you'd have 6 people crammed into one space. Look, Nanite Factories, I know you're trying to help, but it's not useful you rebuilding the stuff I'm grinding down. Just saying. Okay? Right, so I want a kind of gate that looks kind of fabulous. So if we increase the height to 3, yeah, increase height to 3, and then we start moving it over from here. No, if we go control 3 and use these, come on, there we go, right, flip you round, there you go. And then flip you around as well. Oh my god, this is annoying as hell. There we go. Now I just need to flip you guys around again. Okay. And then add a supporting block here and a supporting block here. Add a block here. I'm trying to make this look a bit spherical. That's basically what I'm aiming for. Control 3, get these. Okay, and then finally we have a second last piece on the top. So how grand does this archway look like? It looks decent. The top bit could be a bit longer, but then I'd have to move everything. And you know how well that statement ends? It ends with, no, we're not going to move it, we're going to keep it as it is because we don't need to fix something that isn't broken. Not many people understand this, so yeah, just need to keep repeating that phrase. Don't need to fix it if it isn't broken. Right. Continually building walls, because that is the only thing that you build in Space Engineers. It's just armor blocks, and then the joy happens when you have to sort out conveyors, because those things are sometimes a pain in the arse. Right. Just you, there we go. Yeah. I'll be back in a second once I've done all the walls, and then we will either move on to doing something more teleporters or something else. Back in a second. Okay, we're back. All the walls are done, which is pretty good. I'll do some decaling, if that's the proper word, to make it look, you know, part of the base instead of just, you know, some kind of rubbish. But yeah. Now that we have teleporter technology, like we had ages ago when I changed it to stable, we now need to actually set it up so that they will go to the hangars, because that's going to be a whole load of fun. We need a total of 14 teleporters in order to do this properly. These are going to be 6-pad teleporters, since, you know, multiple crew crew members will come along, and they'll want to go at the same time instead of one at a time in these stupid little cubicles. So in order to do this, we need one teleporter for each hangar and here, and one teleporter for each hangar in their respective hangar. I'm not going to pressurize those hangars. The doors are only there to make it look cool and to make it so that people can't shoot them while they're docked, because that would be kind of stupid. So we're going to need to move all of these, or we can do something else. I'm going to do some planning. Well, we're going into a planning kind of phase, so I'm going to turn off the shipyard because that's not needed. Thank you. Right. So, the way that this is going to work is we need to fit 5 on this wall, which means that we can fit 5 on this wall, and then fit 4 on here. And they're going to be on the ground floor, and they're going to be on the outside. They have to be on the outside because that's how I'm doing it. And then in the middle we'll have our teleportation stuff to go to stuff that we own instead of ships that are docked. So, first thing that we need to do, well, let's start planning. So if we do this kind of thing, so you have this way to get into this teleporter, that way to get into this teleporter. Now we have another teleporter here, another here, and then you have another here. Right. So we have now sorted out we need 5 on each side. We'll get rid of these and move these to the back. Okay, which will mean that we have this amount of space. So we can go here, because this teleporter is going to be over here. So we can go 1, 2, 3. One's going to be here. So we need one here. Okay, right, and then just for planning kind of thing to make sure that I'm doing it right, we need one here, and here, and then one here and here. And then we just need to delete these, which will be some kind of pleasure. Oh no. Yeah. So basically I accidentally depressurized a majority of the room because I accidentally broke a block which I shouldn't have. Yeah. It's not very useful when there's only one block between you and space. Usually steals all of the ice that you've just built. Thank you. In fact, we'll actually note that these vents are now repressurizing the room. Not anymore though. Not much actually got out, but they had to repressurize the room. Yeah, so now that that's gotten rid of, we now need to get rid of all of this. And in fact, I'm going to place a cargo hold here. I don't have any interior pipe. Okay, that's useful. I am going to temporarily place a small cargo container there, and then I'm going to deconstruct it. Even though these are stupid ideas. Yeah, just get thrown in there. We don't need you. I thought I made... No. 3. Nanite Factory 3 is not the Nanite Factory that is still around. So just stop messing around with it. Yeah, see this value of like a stupid amount of materials. That's how expensive teleporter pads are. If you manage to get one, then well done. The main problem is the radio communication equipment, because that is massive. Oh, and the superconductor conduits. But the radio communication equipment takes up a majority of the space that you're going to be using. Eventually I'll get rid of this. In fact, we don't need to move it, do we, you idiot? But it does mean we can actually glue it onto here again. So there's always that. And then, because this thing is so low on health, we're actually going to weld it up a bit before we grind down some more of it. Glue you back on. Okay. So we just need to get rid of this. Sadly. This is how painful doing things in Space Engineers is. Nearly killed myself. If I had kept holding on the accelerator, then I would have died. which is not something good to happen. So I'm going to grind these down and build them back up again. And then we'll be back in a second so that we can place these into the hangars. Okay, so we're back. All the teleporters have been moved and created by the shipyard, which is the most helpful thing in the universe. We now have a total of some number, also known as 14, which should allow us to have all of the hangars capable of transporting people and now, well no, cargo and now people to and from the interior of the station, which is pretty good. We'll do the center teleporters at a later date, or later as in a few minutes. But the first thing that we need to do is we need to set up the teleporters in the hangars. That's the wrong way. So I'm going to... Whereabouts is the trade port thing? I'm going to quickly use one of these. Thank you for freezing a bit. I'm going to use one of these teleporters to teleport to the GPS trade port. I think that's worked. Okay, yes, good. Right, teleport. It's a quick way of getting out, by the way. And I can also use this to get into the teleporter. I'll show you in a second. So here we go, we're on the outside. Okay, right, you've lost the front. Right, I don't remember doing that. Right, so let's go. Teleporters into hangars. You appear to have a hole here. Interesting. I might not have plugged that one. I need steel plate. Oh boy, I forgot to bring materials with me, as per goddamn usual. Steel plate. We need about, let's say 100. 100 steel plate is always enough, and we also need some construction components and interior plate, which isn't in here. I've also set up another component cargo bay because this one is now full. I don't know what of. I'm guessing it might be because of the power cells that we have tons of. Yes, I have like 33,000 power cells. I'm never going to run out at all. They're just something that is going to exist forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Where's actually the radio components? I only have 100 of those, yeah, because I set power cells to manual when the auto system wasn't working, and now it's at ridiculous numbers. Anyway, sidetrack and digressing gone. Let's build the teleporter. So I'm going to say, or decree rather in my voice, I decree that the teleporter will be placed in this corner of the room. There. See, that wasn't so hard. And I then need to sort out the names for all of these. But I'll do that whilst the shipyard is actually doing it. Hang on, is the shipyard actually building them? Because that would be a good thing to know. The answer is no, because I turned it off when I was destroying the nanite factory in the manufacturing area. In the factory, which is now what I'm going to call it instead of manufacturing, because I don't think manufactory is a word. Or, you know, it's a pretentious word. Right. So just need to throw down these teleporter pads. I am very, very, very happy that I don't have to weld these separately, because these things use radio communication components, and those things are a pain in the ass to haul, because they're like really big, because you use volume instead of weight to determine how much carrying capacity you have, because you're in space. Mass has nothing to do with it. Well, no, it has something to do with how fast you can move, but that's not applied. We need to do something with this. It's currently just sitting there, doing nothing. Bringing me a feeling of unfulfillment. Right, throw you here. You've now changed where the build location is because I'm on the other side of the station. That is fine. Basically, after we do this circuit of placing down the transport pads, we then need to do a circuit of renaming them. And then everything is golden, and then we just need to go to the teleporter room and rename all of those in accordance to where their position is. Because that would make sense. Or we can just do it regularly, because that's the easier way. Now, the way that I have to rename these is, first of all, I find a group of, I get a group of hangar doors. I then activate them, see where it is, deactivate them, and then rename the teleporter that's currently sitting inside. That's how simple, or complex, that this thing is. Because I don't want to have to mess up the teleporter and the doors, because then I can't quarantine someone inside the hangar. Now, even if I did quarantine someone inside the hangar, they're just probably going to drill out, so it doesn't really matter. I don't care. Let's double check, see if the shipyard is actually online. Oh god, yeah. The simulation speed goes plummeting downwards whenever I use the nanofactories. But that's because they're going, this needs building, but someone else is building this. Right, on to next thing that could use building. This pipe is also not useful anymore, so I'll get rid of that in a second. Control, no. Inventory, no. Production, inventory, no. I don't even know where I'm going anymore. Trade station, that's what it is. We need to find hangar. Are you telling me that we only set up one group? God damn it. Right, so instead we have to look at force. That's SO, 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 PI. Okay, so we're going to have to do the hangar doors as well. So we need to find hangar door group 1, which is this one up to here. You are now hangar 01. Save. You're off in the thing. We can toggle you closed just so that we can say, hey, this is hangar 1. Right, hangar 2. You go down to here. You'll be named hangar 02. Save. Off in terminal. And then we've got hangar. Oh my god, you didn't need to go that far. Right, hangar 3, hangar 03, save, show block off in terminal, do it again, 4, capital H, hangar 04, save, off in terminal. And then we have hangar 5, which is this one, up to here. Hangar 05. No. Off in terminal. Did I actually save that as a group? I better have. Just go double check because I don't think I actually pressed it. Hangar 5, hangar 5, hangar 5. There we go. Save. Okay, I'm going to be back in a second once I've finished renaming these things, because I've just realised that this is not the most thrilling YouTube content in the history of mankind. Be back in a second. Okay, I have renamed all the teleporters on the outside, which means that we need to head back to the teleporter room. Now, a kind of cool way that we can do this is if we get transporter pads. No, if we get TPH. Any of them still alive? No. I've got a factory one. Yeah, none of them are available. Okay, so just get a regular transporter pad. We know that these are the only ones inside the teleporter room. And then we say from Mr. Jacobin, and then teleport. And then if we stand completely still, we should be teleported into the teleporter room. Excellent. And that is how you come back from away missions. Right, so I realised that there's 12 hangars instead of 14. There's 14 airlocks, only 12 hangars because the airlocks are on the sides of the hangars, never mind. Which means that we have 2 spare. What I'm going to do with these two is we're going to use these for some other purposes. So all I need to do is rename these. So this will be TPH H1, and then this will be TPH H2. Then this one will be TPH H3. In fact, you know what I should do? I need to know what hangar this one is, yeah, and then I can use that information to do the rest. So, because I know how the numbering system works. Okay, so this one I'm going to quickly check. I'm guessing this is the hangar 1. This is the hangar 1-1, or the, yeah, this is hangar 1. Okay, so instead of doing the just left to right 1 to everything, I'm still going to have it relative to the position of where everything is. So we just need to get in, frame rate and steering, head into here, and what we're going to do is these two ignore, and then this one is going to be H1. So TPH H1. Then this one here will be TPH H2. Then this one here, TPH H3, and so on. So we go H4, H5, H6. And then from here we go H12, H11, H10, H9, H8, H7, because that's relative to this. So the hangar all the way over in that corner is 7. The hangar all the way over in that corner is 6. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. For those of you who want to know how my hangar naming system works, that's how it works. I haven't actually put numbers on top of those hangars. Probably should. I'll do that using paint later. If only I could actually have like custom images on there, because that would make it so much easier. Right, so I just need to change all this. So that's TPH7, hangar 7, TPH7, TPH H8, TPH H9, TPH H10, TPH H11, and TPH H12. Okay, right, now all of these are named, and all I need to do is actually set them up so that they go to the respective one, and then I will lock them so that nobody can mess around with it, because if they do, then oh my god, it's going to be annoying. But one thing that I need to do is I actually need to transfer everything on the ship to be owned by me again, just to make sure that everything is owned actually by me and no one else. Good. So that's the teleporter room. We'll add more teleporters to other places when we need them. Probably this upper ring will be ships that haven't docked. They only want to transfer personnel or something. And they'll be good. The last thing that I actually need to do is seal off this. We never actually have to access this again as part of our construction efforts. Never again will we have to access the factory for our construction, unless we want to rename cargo containers, so I can do that from afar. Yeah, shipyard done, habitation done. I just need to get rid of these steel these armor blocks here in the way. Habitation done, shipyard done, factory done, flight deck done. The only thing left to do is the making it fancy on the exterior. Oh, and the bridge bit, which is going to be at the front facing towards the moon. But that will be for a later episode. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.